Today has been absolutely amazing, but also very busy. I've got a lot of revision to do for school, and also on Wattpad. Since all these things have been coming out for Star Wars, I've had to put them on there, so go check out my Wattpad, as I'm talking about the Bad Batch on there. I'm not going to do it on here. It's just too much. But I will talk about the next episode of The Mandalorian. Let's do this. Isn't that great? It now actually lines up because my profile picture is actually Commander Cody now. Yeah. So we start off with Mayfield in this just desert of TIE fighters, I guess. And this New Republic droid comes up to him. He's really annoying droid. And because Cara Dune's here. Cara Dune is here for Mayfeld. Migs Mayfeld. She takes him all the way to the Slave One. We then see Boba Fett in his new armor. And as you can see, he has the Mudhorn on his shoulder plate. It's not like Din Djarin's where it's actually being melted on. I don't really know what you call that, but he's kind of just printed it on there, and he's also cleaned it up. I do like the older look more, but this is also a pretty nice look. And also, may I just quickly apologize? I have a cold. I'm really bunged up. It's not good in Britain. Not good. But, I mean, I'm fine. I can still record videos. So that's always good. They take Mayfeld inside, and we're inside the Slave One. This is amazing. In live action, we're actually inside it. Not much room to sleep. I have no idea where Boba sleeps, but that doesn't matter. It's awesome. But they need data for where Moff Gideon is. So of course they got Mayfeld, and they're gonna have to head to Marok, which looks a lot nicer than Corvus. I couldn't imagine. They said the forest planet of Corvus, but it was just burnt wood. What the fuck were they doing there? They then talk about who's gonna go with Mayfeld inside the turbo tank thing, which is a lot like the turbo tank from Revenge of the Sith. And we ask Boba Fett, and he says, no, we can't do that, because they'll recognize him. Because, one, he's a clone. I mean, obviously they're going to recognize the clone. Because, literally, just 28 years prior, there was an entire war with them called the Clone Wars. And also, he worked with the Empire, occasionally, directly from Darth Vader. So, of course they're going to recognize him. But Din Djarin decides to do it, and he's ashamed. He takes off his helmet. Of course not in front of others, that comes later. Also, this trooper is in grey, and I love the colour grey. So I just wanted to quickly point that out. But also he has the Shore Trooper armour, which we see them later. Then some of these turbo tanks start blowing up because, well, they have Rhydonium in them, and someone's exploding the Rhydonium. Also, Rhydonium is the stuff from Clone Wars, and has been seen throughout a lot of Clone Wars media, and just Star Wars media in general. The one off the top of my head I can name is the D-Squad arc. That one did have quite a bit of Rhydonium. Din Djarin fights off the pirates like an absolute badass that he is. He's a badass. What can I say? He's definitely one of the coolest Star Wars characters. Then comes one of my favourite parts of the entire episode. Possibly my favourite is when the Empire saves them. And yeah, the Empire was mainly evil, but they did have some good parts. Like, let's be honest, all the Imperial officers and higher-ups were horrible people. They were evil people. But these people, these just random stormtroopers and shore troopers, they're just people who need a job, possibly to pay for their family or a house. So seeing them actually act like real people, especially when they come in and they begin to celebrate, is really nice stuff. I actually really like it. But then we come to this part where Mayfield will not walk in that room because this officer he used to serve with him, and he doesn't want to go in there. He don't want to be recognized. So Mando, he goes in and really lives up to the episode's title, The Believer, which I'm assuming is referring to him. He believes he can save Grogu, and he actually takes off his helmet. And it's really nice. Really, he looks vulnerable, he looks scared, unlike the badass we know he is. And it's a really nice moment. Sorry I don't actually have an image of it, but you'll see him in a minute. We then have a chat with this Imperial officer, and it's not going well. But they talk about Operation Cinder, and that is what got basically all of Mayfield's unit killed. As if you've ever played the Battlefront campaign, that's where they were killing a lot of the Empire, because when the Emperor died, he didn't think that the Empire should live on. So they started to kill them, which was lovely. Not really. But I love the fact that they've actually made Mayfield a good character, because in Chapter 6 he was just kind of an arsehole, really, wasn't he? Just, no one really liked him. He was just kind of there. He would make a joke that no one would find funny, but he would find hilarious. And also those other guys would find it pretty funny. But anyway, that's besides the point. But in this, it has an actual backstory. It's done. It's incredible. I love it. I love it. I love a lot of things. I'm trying to think of a joke, but I haven't got one. I don't have a script. But, I guess the biggest joke is me, then. How cliche. Anyway, next. Then now you can see Din Djarin, Pedro Pascal, no longer has the blood and sweat all over his face like he did in Chapter 8. That was just his normal face, and I knew Mayfield would end up shooting this guy. It was fairly obvious. And then he kills the other people, and he even says to Din, "I didn't see your face." So it's really nice. It's for a character who was fun in Chapter 6, but just kind of an arsehole. In this, he's actually a character. I love it. It's great. Boba drops a seismic charge on these TIE fighters which are pursuing him, which is the same thing Jango did in Episode 2. It's these connections. We love it. I love it. I keep saying I love it. It's because me and the Mandalorian, not literally the Mandalorian, but the TV show and we are in a very happy relationship. Please, I don't want to expand upon that. Let's just move on. They end up letting Mayfield go, saying he just died in that accident. He just died. So he's technically dead, so he's a free man. He's free. And now I hope he appears in another show, like The Mandalorian or Rangers of the New Republic. That would definitely be great. Then at the end, we have Din Djarin appearing in front of Moff Gideon, saying the exact same things Moff Gideon said to him on Navarro. And that's... he's... the balls on this man. I mean, really, it's... good times. So that's the end of Chapter 15. I'm guessing next time they're going to go get Cobb Vanth. They're going to go get Grief Karga, the Mithril, potentially more characters, but this was fun. this was a really fun episode. Not my favorite, but still really, really great. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, soldiers, and I will see you later. Goodbye.